Welcome to the 8-Bit Cat Show, a place where friends geek out over the nerdy things we love, sometimes with cats. There's a cat over there. He's sleeping. Don't bother the sleeping kitty. He's in his... Okay.
He's in a box.
He's in his box. I'm really surprised he let you do that. I really thought he was gonna, like...
Did not even... Still has not moved from the box. Only wants love. All right. There we go.
Okay,
My name is...
I'm your host, Stephanie Hatz. With us tonight, Zach.
Hi.
And Peter.
Hello.
Still in the magical ether.
Yeah.
The ethereal voice of Peter.
I guess it has been a while. Did you forget how we start these things?
Yes.
All right.
It's fine. So we all watched The Acolyte.
Oh, no transition. Right into it.
No, we're going
We're
right...
just jumping straight into The Acolyte.
All right.
I'm going to let
I think
Peter...
she wants to get done with this as soon as she can, too, is what it sounds like.
Rude. I'm going to let Peter start.
I'm sorry, did you not care for it? I thought it was really good.
See, and that's why I was going to let you start, because I thought it was trash.
Oh, no. What was wrong with it?
They introduced you to all these characters and killed them off, and just, I don't know, I didn't feel compelled by the story.
You're right. I, too, hate A New Hope because they killed Obi-Wan after they introduced this new character to me.
Yeah, but it wasn't they killed, why'd they gotta kill Jackie? That was fucked up.
Oh, man, yeah, fuck, Rogue One, that's the worst. It killed the entire cast. Such a shitty movie. Worst thing Star Wars ever produced.
But I also just wasn't a fan of, the Osha May thing. I don't know, they just kind of both seemed like spoiled little brats to me, and I was not.
I think Stephanie...
I don't get that at all.
I think Stephanie's biggest issue with the show was it was not what she was expecting, so she was judging it based on the expectations of what she thought the show was going to be, and it was not that.
Well, what did you think The Acolyte was going to be?
I thought it was going to be more, on, the Sith and, the building of the organization and, some Darth Plagueis stuff.
Why?
Why?
Yeah, why did you think that?
Just kind of based on the trailer. That was just kind of the vibes I was getting.
Fair. I don't know. I kind of assumed that wouldn't be the case out the gate, because for the entirety of the High Republic as we know it in, lore, there isn't really a big Sith threat. Otherwise, the Jedi wouldn't be so concerned about it in The Phantom Menace.
Yeah, this is supposed to be their time of peace and prosperity. This is actually the beginning of the fall of the Jedi because they become complacent because there aren't really any real threats to them.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm with you, Peter. I thought it was pretty good overall. Some of the choreography, obviously, and the fight scenes was great. I think I was a little sad that they mind-controlled the Wookiee because I was really kind of excited to see a fully realized Wookiee Jedi just do some Wookiee shit. And he did some Wookiee shit, but I was hoping for some more Wookiee shit. You know what I'm talking about? I want arms ripped from sockets, please and thank you.
So, but that's very much the issue, isn't it? Because in that scene where that happens, we know all 4 of those Jedi survive, so they couldn't really let a Wookiee Jedi go crazy.
No, that's the problem. Is I was hoping he wouldn't fight the Jedi, he'd fight some witches, and you'd get some serious Wookiee action.
Right.
But
I know a lot of people are complaining because it kind of puts the Jedi in a little bit more of a negative light, but that to me, that's exactly what they should be wanting, because that's old extended universe stuff.
Oh,
where
no,
the
no,
Jedi
no.
are not a perfect Paragon group.
No, the Jedi are a bunch of are filled with what is that? Ajab. All Jedi are bastards.
That part didn't bother me, the putting the Jedi in.
Oh, I didn't say you. I just know that was a common.
Oh no,
complaint.
that was not my complaint at all. I will say I didn't have any issue with that. That actually
I
made
just
sense.
was listing what I knew to be a common complaint, not that y'all had that issue.
My only real complaint was, so the whole show, May is actually the one that loves the I guess the relationship between her and Osha the most. That's her. It's more important to her than it is to Osha. And
that is her entire motivation.
Her entire motivation is that she wants to be with her sister, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And then at the end, she goes, "Just wipe my brain and don't let me come with you, even though we could both easily come with you. Why does one of us have to stay?"
Yeah.
The tracker. They have May sent if she went. The tracker could keep finding them.
Even on a plane into space?
It's realistically the motivations of the decisions in that last scene are also my one complaint is that they don't really make sense.
Okay, I'm like I said, that's my biggest complaint was that last scene that I'm like, just both go with him, and then your two badass twin Jedi wizard assholes who aren't Jedi, who also have some Night Sister shit and then some Sith shit. So
That being said,
we're gonna get some
I
real
think there is
Ahsoka.
actually an explanation that could make sense.
Okay, give me the one that would make it make sense because it doesn't work for me right now.
Well, so they're being manipulated. May and Osha are finally getting along for the first time in these final moments. So May's going to do pretty much anything that Osha asked her to do. Osha just killed what has essentially been her father figure for most of her life in a fit of rage and is clearly not fully settling with that quickly. So it's super easy for God, how do you say his name?
Quinlan?
Quinlan?
Quin?
Quimir?
Chimere.
Chimere.
There we go.
It's super easy for Chimere to manipulate them to get the outcome that he wants. Because remember, the moment he meets Osha, he's immediately like, "Oh wait, no, you're the good one. I don't care about May anymore. You're the good one."
Yeah, you're the one I actually want.
Yeah. So it's just him manipulating basically high emotional situation.
I guess I just didn't see how. I guess it didn't even seem like he came up with the idea is the problem. It seemed like Osha came up with the idea of one of us got to get our mind wiped, and that's gonna be.
Well, that's kind of the best
Like I
way
said-
to manipulate
like I
someone
said-
is that you have to convince them it's their idea.
I just didn't see the manipulation.
It was there, I would say, in the very statement of if I could find you, so could they.
I guess okay.
Yeah.
Nah, it just still seems weird as shit. But
Well, to me, it's worth noting that at that point, they're not really the target anymore. The Jedi don't give a shit about the twins anymore. They're
Yeah,
after.
they're
Chimere.
after Chimere, yeah. Because
So that's what I mean. It's like it feels more like a manipulation. He knows that's the case because he sensed his old master. So he's just like, all right, I need to get my princess. I need to get the fuck out of here. Can't take both of them. There's only 2 seats on my ship. So.
Yeah, I will say the other one is the what I'm guessing is supposed to be a Darth Plagueis cameo.
Yeah, I believe that was confirmed.
Has that been confirmed yet? I've heard rumors. This is Master.
That it's
Sorry, you broke up. That it's who's
I heard rumors that it was Darth Plagueis' master.
I guess that could make sense because the timeline would be a little like, and also Darth Plagueis. I can't remember his real name, but that motherfucker was busy. Like he had a real job that like took up most of his time, and then he snuck away to his he does like a creepy dark place because he had a secret lab underneath Coruscant, but he didn't have time to be sneaking off to random caves and lurking in the shadows. I'm just saying people would notice if he was gone for that long.
Right. That being said, I could be completely wrong, and it could totally be confirmed that it is Plagueis, and I'm just an idiot. But
I mean, do we know what he looked like? Because he kind of looked like a green, slimy Voldemort.
Yeah, Plagueis was a Mun, I believe.
I don't know what that is.
let's see. Yeah, he's a Mun.
He's a the banking clan guys.
Oh.
The tall, like
Yeah,
stripy, facey.
The
fuckers.
long-faced dudes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's a Mun, if I remember correctly.
He is. Yeah, I'm looking it up now.
What's his real name?
That guy.
Not his Sith name. Because I think he was a senator or something like that too.
We might not know. Hold on.
I'm pretty sure that's been revealed somewhere. Now we got to look it up.
Yeah, but we got to keep talking so that there's not dead air the entire
Oh, of course,
time.
that's what we're doing right here too.
I was gonna actually ask you a totally random, different question, Peter, while you were looking this up.
Hago Damask, according to Legends.
Oh, okay.
That was still in Legends technically, but yes, he's Hago Damask.
So that might just get thrown the fuck out the window.
Technically,
And you know what? To be fair, that's something we know like most of what we know about Plagueis can be just thrown the fuck out the window because most of it comes from Legends.
yeah. Well, technically, I'm looking right now though, and so that may have been a true cameo. Yeah, I'm looking here. It is confirmed Acolyte 2024 appearance. So that was him because he even has his. It has full name because he hasn't been said yet. It says the Legends by it, but like the species, gender, title, all of that is all canon, and he really is a Mun that was a creepy dude hiding out in a cave. apparently.
Hmm.
That's a little lamer.
It is a little lamer.
Yeah.
Like I said, that was one of the things I had a little bit of a problem with. I'm like, again, he's got other shit to be doing besides lurking in damp caves
You know,
and not actually
what?
doing
It's just
anything
the
there either.
first season, and if they're gonna use them, I'm sure they're gonna use them well. Like I said, I did enjoy like 98% of this show,
I
so
thought
I'm not gonna throw a fit that he's a cave
well, yeah,
gremlin right now.
I thought they had already said that they were not going to do a season 2.
The second season's already written. Let me see.
I had heard that they had already canceled for season 2, that it was not going to move forward. I didn't see confirmation of that, but I had seen.
They have
rumors
not
of that.
gotten confirmation on getting a second season,
Okay.
but that they have one planned.
Okay.
So like the creators have it ready to go. They just need to
Green
actually
light.
get the green light.
Yeah, and I will say,
Which, if it doesn't get the green light, it doesn't get a second season. That will absolutely be a shame. Unlike Halo Season 3.
I have this on here too about Halo being canceled, but
well,
we're
we can
not.
get to that in a second, I guess. But no, I will say, like, overall, like, again, the lightsaber choreography, like whatever, I guess, what is it, wushu? It's the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon style martial arts with like the fly by wire shit. Was like, that's how I always pictured in my head. That's how Jedi should be swooping around.
Yes.
It was actually a little too flippy and I guess fast in the prequel trilogy. That was still a little bit of limits of the
It was
CGI.
choreographed. This felt more like people actually fighting.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was saying.
The actress that played Indara is the same actress that played Trinity in The Matrix.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And Indara is inarguably the only good person amongst those original 4 Jedi.
She tried to do the right thing, and all of her orderlings just kept fucking her over.
Yeah, they just kept, well, I mean, the Wookiee didn't really do anything wrong either.
He was just kind of there.
It was mostly just, what is the other? I know Sol, and what is the other fucker's name? Torben.
Yeah, Torben.
They're the ones that kind of screwed everything up. Because at every turn, she was like, "Hey, maybe let's not fuck with this completely peaceful colony of people. We don't need to be dealing with this at all."
And Torben was just mad because he got mind controlled right at the beginning, and then it pissed him off.
Well, I also think that if Torben hadn't been like, no, if we go do the thing, then we can prove this, whatever. I think if he hadn't gone off, Sol wouldn't have gone after him. Because once they got there, Sol was like, well, fuck it, let's do this.
I'm already here.
I mean?
You want to help?
Well, it was a combination of a lot of things going wrong. That being said, Sol did immediately successfully murdered Mayanosha's mother the moment she did pretty much anything.
I will say that was some dark sidey shit, and it did look like she was dissolving who he thought Osha was. I know that she at the end says, "Oh, I was gonna let her go," but that doesn't necessarily actually mean that either. And yeah, if you started turning
there's
to,
plenty of evidence that she definitely was going to.
I don't know, but if you, well, yeah, but not to him.
That's true.
He didn't see any of that. The other sisters and May and Osha probably saw a little bit of that. But yeah, no. And then you start turning to smoke in front of me. Yeah, I'm gonna stab you. I'm sorry. I'm probably gonna do that. All your girls have got weapons trained on me. I know you're magic and evil. Well, I think you're evil. I guess we can't actually say she's evil.
Yeah, they weren't really evil that we knew of.
But she's using Night Sister witch powers, which the Jedi go, that's evil automatically. It's just like dark side powers. If you use any of them, that's evil. You're wrong.
But that's a Jedi perspective thing. I mean, fuck the what is her name in Jedi Survivor? Marin?
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying is, yeah, from his perspective, oh, this evil lady is doing some evil looking shit. I should probably stab her before all of her friends stab me. Okay, cool. Yeah. She's dead now. Again, I think
I'm just not really really willing to alleviate any blame off of Sol on the grounds that he also did hear from the one Jedi Master there, Indara, that hey, let's not freak the fuck out about this whole situation.
I mean, yeah,
it's okay that they don't practice the Force the way that we do.
She was trying to do right. She was. I like Indara, and actually, yeah. What's her name? God, what's the actress's name?
I don't.
Oh my goodness.
We're literally just on IMDb.
What is her fucking name? Trinity.
Yeah, I don't know who the actress. I don't know her name.
I'll get it right here. I'm sorry. It's
Carrie-Anne Moss.
Carrie-Anne Moss. Thank you. I could not remember it. I'm like, I know who she is. Damn it. She did a great job. She acted. She was fantastic throughout the show. Even dying in the first episode was really good and well done. Though I will say, Torben apparently figured out the fast track to Jedi Masterhood.
Apparently.
He went from Padawan to Master in like 10 years.
Yeah.
I mean, he just like sat there floating. I don't.
Yeah, that's some hardcore meditation. The dude made his mind literally impenetrable.
Well, yeah, because
Right.
of.
Well,
Force
again, yeah, probably had good
which
reason
person,
to. A little bit well, and the problem was it was fear that was motivating him to do it, which is why he was so easily swayed by her into having him himself off over there.
I mean, that's definitely more guilt than fear, but I understand what you're saying.
Fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, hate suffering. You know what I'm talking about. Guilt's in there somewhere.
Sure.
It literally is not actually.
Actually, guilt leads to fear. He has guilt because he's afraid of being caught.
He didn't even do anything.
Oh, he definitely did something. He jumped into that thing and stabbed a bunch of witch ladies too. He did not.
Yeah.
He did not stab a bunch of witch ladies.
Yeah, but he wasn't the initial stabber.
It doesn't matter. He was involved, and actually, I think it's his. Again, I think you were even made the point earlier. His actions were more responsible for what happened there than Saul's.
Yeah.
Because
No,
Saul
he
found the
was more
excuse.
responsible.
Because Saul found the excuse to go. Well, I'm gonna go after him, and he's already hot-headed and wants to murder some witches. Hey, bro, you want to climb these walls and murder some witches? This sounds like a great time. Well, if we don't have to murder the witches, we don't have to.
I don't think they
but
went
we
in there
definitely
with
can.
the intention of murdering any witches.
Oh,
Well, no,
I
but
think that was on the
Carbon-
back burner.
Definitely went with the mindset of I'm taking those kids because I want to get off this fucking backwater planet and go home.
And Saul was going, I'm taking the kids because I feel a
I'm
connection
desperate
to
to
them.
have a Padawan.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they were doing it for all the wrong reasons. So it was going to quickly switch to witch murdering. It was going to happen.
And realistically, you could also make the argument of because Darwin was a Padawan and Soul was, I think, a knight at that
He was
point.
a knight. Yes, he was a knight.
Yeah. You could very easily just be like, yeah, he should have been the one level-headed enough to be like, nope, you need to stop and we need to back the fuck off.
Hey, or never should have been allowed to become a master because he is too hot-headed as a knight.
Yeah, but they
yeah.
remember,
Anakin Skywalker.
they
Excuse me.
they never divulged the whole thing because they covered it up. Remember?
Well, again, I know, but Andara shouldn't have allowed it. She should have been like, when he
Yeah,
does
'cause
his
he was-
trials, let me, I'm going to weigh in heavily here.
Well, he was
I mean,
willing
that
to
being
go to
said
the
with-
council. He was going to
Yeah,
tell
he
the
was
council
willing to
what
turn
happened.
everything, yeah.
It was Indara
And
that
Dara
was
was
like,
the one
no.
who's like, no, you're going to ruin Osha's life if you do that, and you've already done enough harm to this person.
I think she's covering her own ass because she killed like 15 witches with brain power.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily think that was intentional. I think she was just trying to get them out of the Wookiee.
She did do some negative feedback loop thing going on there, and it messed him up. I actually did enjoy, like, I guess, I wish they hadn't waited quite as long to reveal the true backstory, but I thought it was really neat how they showed you, like, the twins' perspectives of the backstory, both of them, and
Yeah.
then you got, like, the real thing that happened. You're like, oh, shit. No wonder no wonder they're both been able to be manipulated for so long, because neither of them knows what actually fucking happens.
Yeah.
I actually agree with that entirely. I think that maybe we should have led with the initial flashback with them as kids, and then where the flashback episode was, we get the Jedi perspective.
Yeah, but they wanted to start out with the action intense. Ooh, she was able to kill a Jedi Master
Right.
to get you intrigued.
That, and they wanted you to really like Soul for most of the show.
Yeah,
That was why I knew immediately he was going to end up doing something bad.
Oh,
in the
I knew
past.
I knew he was dead as soon as they tried to start making me like him. I'm like, oh fuck, they're killing this guy. I love him too. You know what he's from?
No, what else?
Or what
is he
he's
gonna-
famous for? He's the guy in Squid Game.
Oh shit! Really?
Oh, is he really?
He's the main guy in Squid Game. He worked on and learned English for this, like, to speak English properly for this show.
That's awesome,
Damn, that's-
actually.
That's pretty
Yeah, no. He wanted to be in Star Wars so fucking bad.
good for him.
And I'm like, damn it, I liked his character in Squid Game too, and he kind of turns into a bit of an asshole at the end too, but then tries to redeem himself. But I'm like, as soon as he comes, I'm like, don't get too attached.
He's gonna go down. They've been questioning every Jedi that's been put on screen, but Soul has been this like beacon of goodness. He's gonna die, and he's probably gonna deserve it.
I mean, like the random Jedi that just kind of like tagged along. I was like, yeah, they're probably gonna die, but I really didn't think they were gonna kill off like everybody.
Actually, the fact that they killed off Jackie and Yord, both of them, I was like, when they got Jackie, I'm like, yeah, okay, that one hits harder because she's the Padawan and she's just a kid, and she makes you want to question, should they really even have Padawans or should they even be there? Ooh, and then it shows later when the Padawan's the one that fucked up the other time too, and you're like, oh, maybe this Padawan thing is just bad for the Jedi. And they're like, no, he just murders everybody. Okay.
Yeah, but I think that was to tie into the fact that what's his name, Chimere,
yeah,
is Venestra's former Padawan.
Well, yeah, for sure. I did like the what is it, Cortosis armor, Cortosis.
The armor that he wears, yeah.
I can't remember how to pronounce it, but it's been in like every video game you've ever been able to do, and it's been in so many extended universe stuff. Actually, them actually pulling it into true canon on screen, I liked. Then I'm like, yeah, it's even cooler than Beskar because it stops lightsabers and then it stops lightsabers and it disrupts them, and you're like, that is an interesting way to fight some dude that you're like, oh, I can just turn yours off real quick.
Yeah, he called like shortly after we met that guy. He was like, yo, that's the guy, that's the secret master dude.
Oh yeah, no, as soon as like he was on screen and didn't have it, I'm like, yeah, so that's just her master and he's masquerading as another guy helping her. That is definitely the guy.
All right.
This guy is giving me all sorts of I'm gonna sit in the basement and stroke a white cat super villainy vibes. I get some Dr. Claw, right? Dr. Claw vibes from that guy. And like,
That's
oh
right.
no, he's a
does
bad.
kind of scream secretly evil the moment he appears.
Oh yeah, no, you're like, because you're just supposed to be thinking he's like some Weasley. He's the Weasley gopher. He's some guy's Igor. But
well, that's kind of a giveaway, isn't it? Because in Star Wars, the Weasley Gophers tend to get murdered very quickly.
yeah, they don't stick around very long. And if
Yeah.
the Weasley Gophers
he
stuck around
survives
at all,
the encounter,
they're actually the
gonna-
bad guy.
Hence Jar Jar.
Darth Jar Jar. I'm
Darth
here
Jar Jar.
I still stand it.
Oh, okay.
But no, I really like the Acolyte. I know not everyone does. It got review bombed. The backlash that it's received is definitely overblown.
Oh, 100%.
Well,
I don't know if it's definitely not the best Star Wars media that's come out.
That's still Andor.
I think everyone kind of one, we went from like Andor to that, and it was kind of.
We had Obi-Wan in there. Don't
But-
forget.
And Ahsoka.
At least Ahsoka was pretty good.
I thought Obi-Wan came out before Andor.
No.
Obi-Wan was before Andor.
Was it?
Ahsoka was after Andor.
I thought Obi-Wan was after Andor too.
Let me check.
Anyway, the point that I was trying to make is I think everyone went into it kind of thinking the same thing I was thinking, is that it was going to be a much different show about different things, and then that's not what it was.
No, they just don't.
Andor was after Kenobi.
Was
by
it
a
after?
couple of months.
Okay.
Yeah. Kenobi was May, Andor was September.
I will say I did go to some of the more toxic Reddits because of this, because I wanted to see what the backlash actually was. Because I'm like, it's really not as bad as people are saying. The music was great, the fight choreography was great, visually it was good. The story was, I think it was weak in a couple of spots, but overall told a good story.
Yeah. Honestly, I think it would have been better served if they had given like another episode or so.
Yeah, the pacing has always been so weird with the Disney Star Wars shows. The only one that's nailed the pacing has been Andor.
No, it's not even just the Disney
and even
Star
that
Wars
was a little slow.
Disney Plus shows in general, the Marvel shows have always been fucked too.
Honestly,
their pacing's terrible.
Most of these streaming shows that really should have just been a 2-hour movie that are now being drug out to a 6 or 8 hour miniseries. Yeah. It's like the people that they have directing it don't know how to do a miniseries. They're used to doing a movie or a full TV series, so nobody's really understanding like the 6 to 8 format of the hour-long episodes that you're doing a limited series. I just don't think they found anybody that can really fit that vibe, again, except for Andor. And even Andor had some spots that was like, all right, did we really need all of that? You probably could have gone to the next one. But it actually, in Andor, it works because they go to the next one, you're like, us making us wait for that, and then having those two little things that now come together in this episode makes that whole time that I thought it was stupid and I shouldn't have to watch this worth it. Damn it, you nailed it again.
Yeah. The little subplots that you thought were irrelevant nonsense were actually super relevant sense.
Yes, and you're like, okay, this is why it's just, Because that whole series is just one long heist movie with like 6 heist movies inside of it.
Yeah.
It's kind of great. Son of a bitch, I'm in.
Peter, I have a question for you.
Okay. I might have an answer. I'm not sure yet.
Did you ever read or are you familiar with the Quinlan Vos Ventress novel?
Not really. I'm aware of it, but I never really actually read it.
Well, I don't think it's
you-
technically canon anymore anyway.
I don't think so either.
Well, because my question was, do you happen to know where that falls in the timeline? Or where it would fall in the timeline?
That is before the fall of the Jedi.
Yeah.
That is before Revenge of the Sith.
It would be during the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's well, because you weren't sure and you said we should
No,
ask Peter
sorry. I
when
went and looked it up. I went and looked it up afterwards, and we can ask Peter too. But I went and looked it up afterwards. It's before the fall of the Jedi. It's before in Revenge of the Sith. It's right at the end of the Clone Wars.
Alright, so it's definitely
Yeah.
not canon anymore.
No, it's not canon anymore, especially after season 3 of Bad Batch.
Peter, I'm gonna spoil something for you, but I don't think you care.
Go for it.
So Ventress shows up in season 3 of Bad Batch
Oh, nice.
with a sick ass hairdo.
Yeah, she grew some hair back.
And she's got and now her lightsaber is like a light
It's
orange.
yellow.
Oh, is it supposed to be yellow?
It's consular yellow.
Oh, it looked
Or no,
orangey
consular
to
green.
me.
It's it's the Guardian yellow. That's what it is. Guardian?
Nope.
No, it's
Guardians.
consular.
It was
Guardians blue.
Sentinels were yellow.
Sentinel yellow. Yeah, Sentinel's yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, but
Didn't Quinlan have a yellow saber?
I'm pretty sure she stole his. I'm pretty sure they're kind of keeping it canon, but I think she did some Night Sister witchy shit because she
Oh
definitely.
wait, no. Quinlan had a green saber.
No, because she even has a line that she's like, I've got more lives. So it's definitely she at least made a reference to the fact that she definitely dies in the Quinlan Vos novel. Like she dies hardcore, and a lot of people were mad about that because it happened off screen and in a book kind of thing like that. But so I think Dave Filoni did his normal thing. And he goes, "No, that's my character. It's gonna still be alive."
Yeah.
And I'm gonna
Even though he definitely did not make Asajj Ventress.
Yeah, but it turned into his character because the Clone Wars is now his baby. He does just what George Lucas did. Yes, I know this was a group of thousands of people helping me make this and actually make it work, but it's mine.
Yeah.
It's my thing.
My issues with Dave Filoni aside.
He wears the cowboy hat, David. Damn it, you have to respect him. You have to respect his cowboy hat, Peter. He's just authority. He's basically a armored cavalry captain. That's pretty much what that is. You just have to respect him.
Sure.
It's not even that I universally hate everything that he does. I just wish he gave a little bit more of a shit about continuity. That's it.
He only cares about rule of cool. Rule of cool.
Pretty much, yeah.
Which does help in some respects. All of his animated stuff is fantastic because the rule of cool works in cartoons because you can just make them do that shit. Because you can
Well, that's
just
part of
draw
why
it.
I wish they would just move further away from the Galactic Civil War in terms of like what Disney is producing for Star Wars. It's like then you don't have to worry about any of these fucking buffoons throwing a fit about continuity shit. You can just write a cool story. And then Acolyte happened and they still threw a fit.
No, and that's what I'm saying. Like they needed to go farther back. The fact that Yoda can make a cameo, which I also thought was kind of dumb, but the fact that Yoda can make a cameo means
He's like 800 years old.
But it still doesn't mean. But he's also still at this point in time, he's still the Grand Master of the Jedi.
Yeah, we already knew that though from the High Republic novels.
No, I know that, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
He wants to
go farther
so
back.
far back that nobody.
Nobody that we've ever met is alive or has even been. Their parents have even had sex yet. I don't even want their parents to have met yet. I want to be before
Basically,
that.
you want to go back to like the KOTOR era.
Yeah, give me some KOTOR shit. Actually, I would love to see some
Or-
live action KOTOR shit.
Go way further into the future where the Galactic Civil War is something that we barely even remember.
Oh yeah, they're like, do you remember that there used to be a thing called the Empire, thing like that. It's so crazy that people are ever worried about that. A new empire rises. But
I mean, that's what they should have done with the sequel trilogy. They should have just jumped way further in the future rather than like 30 years in the future. and the
even
Empire
have
back
like
taking
have
over.
like have like Luke's Jedi school have been a thing for a while, and then that falls. I don't know.
Yeah.
Give me something different like that, or like I said, go back so far that you got guys using proto lightsabers, and they're still attached to
They're still attached
backpacks.
to the backpacks and
Yes,
shit.
I'm telling you, like go all the way back. I'm like original Sith War shit, like the first Sith. Give me some of that shit. That'd be awesome. The first guy that goes, "Fuck you, I'm mad, so now I can kill you." Oh, I did it. I'm gonna make a whole school about this.
Mandalorian Wars.
Yeah, and
Or Mandalorian Wars, please. That'd be cool.
except for like a few cool shit that happens in Bad Batch, like it's probably best you don't continue because basically what it's devolved into is like the story of how the sequel trilogy was able to happen.
Nah,
That's what a lot of these have been if they take place afterwards.
Oh no, it's all just Dave Filoni trying to make the sequel trilogy work, which the work he started in Mandalorian, and then it's just a prequel to the Mandalorian, really.
I mean,
Which makes sense for the Bad
God,
Batch.
I recently became aware of the plans for the Mandalorian like Avengers style movie. And I was like, that sounds dumb as hell. I really am not interested in that.
Yeah, they're starting it with the Mandalorian and Grogu, the movie.
Yeah.
Instead of season 4 of Mandalorian, I guess we're gonna get a movie.
And that's one of the things, like, I took a little bit of a break from Star Wars because I was getting so angry about everything Star Wars related for a while. I'm like, that's not healthy. I need to stop for a minute.
Fair.
And when I came back to it, I'm like, I would love a Mandalorian season 4 about Bo-Katan. I'm kind of okay with Din and Grogu being sidelined for a while.
Yes, yeah,
but-
that's what you said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, give me some Katie Sackhoff just chewing some scenery. I'm okay with it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Kick some ass. I want to see some bring back Death Watch,
Right?
but for good.
But for
Yeah.
I want some badasses. I want some badass Mandalorian warriors fighting all together and having a good time. Let's do that. Let's go back to Mandalore and rebuild that. Let's watch that. Let's watch the West Wing version of Star Wars. We got
Yeah, of course, I don't think that they can let the Mandalorians get too big on the grounds that, well, then where is this massive force that's okay with the Republic during the entirety of the sequel trilogy?
Well, yeah, that's again they've shoehorned themselves into that. But again, I would love like Andor was already a little Aaron Sorkin-ish with the dialogue and stuff like that. Give me that, but like going around, I want Mandalorian politics, but it's also all of a sudden the politics will also devolve into a giant battle that has pistols and jetpacks and backpack rockets. That all of a sudden like diplomacy is ended.
sure.
So,
Give me a walk and talk.
like I mentioned a little bit, I took a bit of a break from Star Wars, and the first thing that I engaged with Star Wars-wise when I was done with that was the re-showing of The Phantom Menace.
Oh yeah. Oh, did you go see it
And
in
I-
theaters?
Yes, because they were doing the reshowings. Now, they were doing it for the Acolyte trailer, which we did not stay to watch because the theater was packed and we just wanted to go.
Fair.
Understandable.
Afterwards, I was kind of like, why do we hate this movie again? What's so wrong about The Phantom Menace that we treat it like it's the worst thing that's ever happened?
No, there's so many great parts of that movie.
I know a lot of people complain about the politics, but it's like, yeah, but if you pay even the slightest bit of attention, everything that's said makes perfect sense and is understanding. Like, you can understand what's happening.
Oh no, and is all actually important to the greater plot of the Sith.
Well,
Yeah.
you guys know that like Star Wars fans hate Star Wars. Like that's just
No, nobody hates Star Wars more than Star Wars fans.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
trying
Nobody.
to say.
That's why I took my little break from Star Wars, and then when I came back, the first thing that I did was like, hey, this one that we all call the worst movie, I really like it.
Oh, I will
It
still,
is a good movie.
I will still go back and enjoy it.
Yeah.
I mean, the pod racing scene is still one of the best sequences ever put to film.
Yeah.
It's so good. Even from the stupid jokes in the background to the sand people taking pot shots at the pod racers.
Yeah.
All of that perfection. Wonderful.
I mean, people complained about the shit Anakin would say, but it's like, yeah, but he's like 10. Of course he's gonna say dumb shit. He's a dumb kid.
He's 9 and he's a child.
Have you met
Yeah.
9-year-olds?
Slave.
They're gonna say some dumb shit.
Have you never met a 9-year-old, seriously, in your life? Talk to a 9-year-old for 5 minutes, and you're like,
No,
oh,
what
they
did I
nailed
do?
that.
Oh,
They
there we
nailed
go.
that. Hey, just like they did in Attack of the Clones, which is not that bad either. They're like, oh,
I need to rewatch that one again too with the same like new outlook I've
Yeah.
got, and I'm sure I'm gonna like it more than I did previously.
Anakin's a whiny asshole. Yeah, he's a teenager who's not who I don't think probably understands the rules and doesn't even know that he is allowed to go out and relieve his stresses. We'll try and do that nicely. I don't think Obi-Wan ever explained the rules because Obi-Wan's basically asexual until Satine's back around.
Pretty much, yeah.
He buried that all deep after Satine. Deep. That's why he has so much trouble connecting with Anakin at the time. He's like, oh, yeah, that's a thing that you go through. I don't remember how to fix that.
I don't remember
What
how
did
to
I
fix
do?
it.
Oh, yeah, I just.
Horrible amounts of repression. That's right.
Oh, yeah,
shit.
I just repressed it and I do death sticks. I mean,
And
you don't
I
want to
mean,
sell me
I-
death sticks.
Anakin glared at me when I stepped the wrong way entering his room. I don't think I'm gonna get him to repress shit.
Yeah, that guy's. He's not on the repression train. He's gonna wear that on his sleeve. I don't know how to deal with that. Somebody else, give him a kid. See what happens. Maybe he'll be more responsible.
Nope.
He tried. He was a little bit more responsible.
Yeah.
With Ahsoka?
Yeah.
Ahsoka, if she had stuck around, I don't think he would have fallen in episode 3.
Agreed.
Shoot, if she had gone with him to intervene with the Chancellor instead of going and tracking down Maul.
You know she would have too in that scenario. If she was around, she absolutely would have gone with Anakin.
Oh, 100%. If she had been able to, and that they hadn't just run out and they go, oh, we need to go take this. Oh, no, we got to go. Oh, hey, try not to die. Have these clones kill a bunch of guys. It'll be cool. Oh, you all died.
Mace Windu might even not have gotten thrown out a window.
Mace Windu.
There's a very real chance that she would have at least helped with that, but and by that I mean helped push him. But
Honestly, maybe.
Rude.
Get 2 Dark Apprentices for the price of 1.
Damn.
She really didn't like Mace. Mace was also the asshole that was the main reason that, well, him and Conehead, motherfucker.
Keanu Mundi.
Kiadi Mundi. Yeah, those were the 2 that really
I'm
why
sorry.
Ahsoka's not a Jedi anymore.
Wait. Did you say Keanu Mundi?
She got close. It's Kiadi Mundi. Yeah.
You knew who I meant.
Like Keanu Reeves?
Yeah, Keanu Mundi.
You know who I meant?
Ooh.
I was a lot closer than you when you were like the Conehead guy.
Hey, he knew what I meant. I almost go with the only Jedi that can fuck.
Yeah, pretty much.
No,
yeah.
they can all fuck. He just gets to have relationships.
Oh yeah,
That's right.
he gets
He's allowed to be married.
he gets to keep having sex with the same woman. I forgot. Yes. He gets to, and with multiple ones. He's got a whole harem going on there.
Not anymore.
Just got to genocide your speed. Well, his harem might still be there. They weren't Jedi.
That's true.
I don't know. They made Order 66 real weird.
Yeah, they did kind of go scorched earth. Because Ahsoka was not a Jedi, and they still wanted to kill her.
Yeah, they were like, oh, and now we've got to shoehorn this in because you're a person. It's fine.
No, I think his wife and children lived, and were happy to see him go.
I mean,
Damn.
I could be wrong, but didn't the Vader comic, the Disney canon Vader comic, show that the clones did attack Vader off of Order 66 too?
Oh, there is one that like they use it later because he's the only one that still has like clones because he still has Vader's fist. The 501st is still like the only fully cloned division until, I guess in extended universe. I think they still kept that in the Disney comic. I think that's the case up until that point. That then the Emperor basically makes him Order 66 again, and still since he's got a lightsaber, they still try and murder him, and so he has to murder all of his own clones that had worked for him forever. And it was another test by the Emperor. He goes, "Now you have no attachments."
Yeah.
Rude.
So essentially, yeah, it sounds like Order 66 was a more general kill anything with a lightsaber that's not me.
Yeah, just don't kill Sidious.
Yeah.
Hot. Super.
That plot was insidious. That's why he's named that.
But backtracking a little bit, I really like the Acolyte, and anyone who says it's bad can go die.
I actually hope
That's
they do get a second
that's
season.
That's a little extreme.
That
Peter.
was intense, Peter.
That was a little much, yeah. But no, I do hope it gets a second season. Like My only issue, like I said, was with OSHA's motivation at the end, but then I rationalized it to myself just now in this call. So.
I think I am actually more on.
I'm glad I could be of assistance.
I am more on board with the ending now because of your rationalization for that. And I'm like, okay, that does actually give it some credence, and I can okay with that. Let's see where they go with season 2. So yeah, I hope they get to season 2. Hopefully, all the assholes that just want to hate on Star Wars.
You mean the Star Wars fans?
Shut up.
Yeah, the Star Wars fandom.
Yeah, I said assholes, didn't I?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I said that.
You did. You
Those
led
are
with
synonyms. Those are synonyms, right?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Pretty sure.
Anyway, well, something that's definitely not getting another season that we mentioned briefly is Halo, and I know you're not, but I'm sad.
I'm actually a little upset because it was finally getting better towards the end of season 2. I think
That's what y'all said. It deserved the death it got.
No, I think. Well, I will say, Peter. Like I said, I think they took a lot of the notes that they received on season 1 and tried a little bit harder on season 2, and then still failed on season 2. And season 3 was where it was actually going to get good. That's like where they had planned the story to get finally good, and you're like, no, it's canceled. Which is actually probably a good thing because I think they probably would have screwed it up even when they got to the portion of the story that could have actually been good.
All right. I can fully imagine them doing the flood level in season 3, and Master Chief would still be either helmetless or armorless.
Well, they kind of did the flood level in season 2,
And he was armorless.
He wasn't even there. He was somewhere else.
Oh, I guess you're right. Yeah, he technically wasn't even there.
But I mean, the only thing that was keeping John safe from a flood infection was the armor. That was my point.
Well, yeah, and his shields and
basically he had protection. I'm saying like, oh, I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to adapt it where he didn't have that protection.
Oh yeah,
and that wouldn't make any sense.
Well, actually, they would probably justify it, even though technically it doesn't have anything to do with the regular Halo, but. Master Sergeant Johnson was technically immune to flood infection because they had fucked up his DNA so bad trying to turn him into a Spartan 1 that he was incompatible with being assimilated by the flood. So
was it his DNA? I thought it was literally the placement of his organs in his body was fucked.
It was something like that, or he had so much scarification around his spinal column that they couldn't actually like bore into it and infect him or something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but yeah. Basically, the process of them trying to turn him into a Spartan 1 and it not really working and the whole Spartan 1 thing not really being a thing that ever worked fucked him up so badly that he wasn't even able to be zombified. And that's hilarious in my personal opinion. But it's really just a retcon because people are like, we like that guy so much. That guy needs to be in every video game forever. And they're like, damn it, you're right. We made him too cool. Fuck.
Yeah, and then
he's not allowed to die.
In the show, they killed him in season 2 at the Fall of Reach, which none of the Spartans had any armor.
No, see, but that wasn't that well because they kind of combined Commander Keyes with Sergeant Major Johnson.
You knew what I meant.
Which Keyes also should
Captain Keyes
either.
No, Captain Keyes should die on the Halo. He should die on the Halo. That's how it should. The show deserves to be canceled, no matter what, because it took 2 full fucking seasons for them to land on the Halo in a show called Halo.
Right.
The first game, you were on the Halo within the first 3 seconds of the game, basically. You see a cutscene on the planet. Well, no, you had to play a whole level.
The first level of Halo is the only level you do not spend on the ring.
I'm telling you. But that's what I'm saying. They should have gotten to the Halo a little quicker. Into season 1 at the latest.
Yeah. At the latest, absolutely.
Then
season 1 could have been the Fall of Reach, and I would have been fine with that too. And if you wanted to show someone that wasn't Master Chief outside of his fucking helmet, you could have just done one of Noble Team as your protagonist.
Oh, or give me fucking give me New Mombasa instead, and give me some what are they the ODST, Halo 3 ODST group. I can't remember their squad name.
Oh, fuck.
The one with Buck.
Can't help you.
Alpha 9.
Alpha 9. Thank you. Yeah, no.
Wait, is that... No. Alpha 9 is his fucking Spartan team.
You're right. No, give me some like ODSTs at least or something like that. Give me some faces, sure. but have Master Chief helping them in the background.
Right.
Because
Sure.
yeah, I would love a live action ODST drop. That'd be sick as hell.
Absolutely.
Some dudes come
But
in from
instead
fucking
they-
orbit and blow out the front and shoot some people in the face. Sure, all here
So
for
that-
it.
I feel like it's going to be a thing that would annoy people if we had an audience besides one person. That I get so hung up on Master Chief being helmetless or armorless a lot in the show. And it's not just because, like, oh no, they confirmed what Master Chief looked like. It's a lore thing. The Spartan 2s are expressed to be really uncomfortable when they're not in their armor. They like being in that all the time.
No, it freaks them out. They have
Yeah.
severe social anxiety when not wrapped up in their armor cocoon.
Yeah.
They need to
They
be
do
swaddled
not
like little
being
babies.
without their armor.
But they have to take it off sometimes, right? Because they have to do.
Yes, but they do it as like a
Human things?
deeply private thing, almost like a fucking Mandalorian.
Yeah, no, like they go in, like they go to take the shower and they're good.
Yeah.
And even then, the suit takes care of most of that. There's canonical exhibits of like Halo 2. Master Chief is in that suit for like 3 weeks without stopping.
Gross.
It takes care of.
But yeah,
It
was a lore thing. The Spartans are supposed to only really feel comfortable in their armor. It should cause them problems to be out of their armor.
They don't
At
even
least
like-
the Spartan 2s.
They didn't even like talking to each other outside of armor.
Yeah.
Even John's girlfriend, I don't think they really ever saw each other's face after they got the armor and it issued the first time.
Cool.
So it's not just me being like, I'm mad they told us what Master Chief looked like. They've done that before.
I have no
They
problem
did
with
that
that.
when they did the animated adaptation of the Fall of Reach movie that they did.
Hell, even the weird little shorts that they did that were part of was that Reach? They did it on.
They did like the Halo Legends.
They did
thing.
like the Halo Waypoint thing that you could watch some videos that they did stuff and like that they actually used like the Warthog that was designed by Steven Spielberg when they were originally going to make the movie the first time,
Oh yeah.
which was solid. And guess what? He did. I don't think he took his helmet off in that, but you did see like his eyeball because in one scene kind of thing like that. Heck, if you hacked the game on the Halo PC, you could see Halo Master Chief's face.
Yeah.
Fancy.
So, yeah.
They modeled a face. He's got a
They
face.
did.
I got no
A
problem with
face
him having a
exists.
face.
It's just the situation where you should ever see it was not what we got in the show. He
Yeah.
took that fucking thing off every 5 seconds.
Oh, and there should have been They definitely could have contrived situations where he did take it off for emotional things like that when he was safe, not in an active fire zone. There were times that you could do it, but he's like, no, we won't need to see him grimace when he shoots his gun.
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
Sorry. So sorry. Well, our one
What?
fan did miss us.
Oh, cool.
So I just wanted to shout that out, let you know that she said missed you. So
Oh, is that the comment?
yeah, welcome back, guys. Missed you.
Ah.
And then we went another month without saying hello. So,
We're really good at this.
hello.
Shit happens.
Well.
Life happens.
No, it happens a lot.
We're very busy.
But yeah, no, the show should have been deserved to be canceled anyway. So I'm all good with it. I'm a little sad that they couldn't have made it better.
Well, you know, to give you some sliver of hope, Stephanie, they are currently in talks with like other companies to try and get them to pick it up for the third season.
I know.
Yeah,
It just won't be on Paramount Plus if it happens.
right.
I'm aware. I mean, I'm not gonna be like devastated if the season 3 doesn't happen.
I get the feeling that they would, if anyone were to pick them up to do more Halo, they would just be like, no, you're starting fresh with none of that old bullshit coming along with you. That was all stupid. You can do something new now.
No, I would rather somebody buy the rights and fire everyone involved and find somebody like, hey, did you actually play the video games?
Right? No.
Then you
not
could make
people
the
who are
mo-
proud to have never played the games before they worked on the show.
They need to get themselves a Henry Cavill.
Right? Someone who's actually super passionate about the project.
Somebody who gives a shit. Oh, that'd be crazy. Oh
Well,
no.
you know that's why he ended up leaving The Witcher.
Yeah, because they kept turning it away from the lore. He's like, that's not in the lore. That wouldn't happen. And they're like, this is the story we're telling. And he goes, I thought we were telling the story of The Witcher. If we're not
Yeah.
doing that, then I'm gone.
Okay.
I signed up to tell the story of The Witcher, not whatever bullshit Game of Thrones knockoff you guys are trying to make now.
I love
Right.
him.
I was here for The Witcher.
I still haven't watched that show.
I'm gonna go make a Warhammer 40K movie that's extremely lore accurate now. Goodbye.
And he's also gonna be the Highlander.
Oh, are they
But
rebooting
he
Highlander?
was recently
Oh lord.
Gus March Phillips in the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
Yeah, I want to watch that too. It's on the list. It's
I
on the
haven't
list,
seen that yet.
Peter.
No, I have not seen that yet.
It's very good.
No challenge.
He was the best part of that Argyle movie.
He was.
And in the next one, it should be about his character. I don't know if Henry Cavill's going to be in it, but it is about his character.
Oh, they're actually making a second Argyle?
Because
Yeah.
it's part of that Kingsman like extended universe that's now happening.
yeah,
There's
we-
like 3 new Kingsman
we
movies
knew
in the
that.
works.
Like I said, I thought they had finally tried to kill it off because Argyle did not do well.
Did it not do well? I thought it did okay.
It was very critically reviewed.
But no one cares what the critics think.
Yeah, as long as the movie's good is the main thing.
It was fine.
I enjoyed it well enough.
So I mean, I got mad at that movie when I thought that they left the cat behind, and so I spent a very large portion of that movie just being angry.
Okay, so it got confirmed in February that the Argyle sequel is in the works.
Okay. Again, I think it would be really fun to actually like go about though I guess it might not be it might be what's his name, the actual quote unquote Argyle. and
Yeah,
not
but I'm
the
guessing if
Argyle.
if they do it, they'll have it be him telling the story, so it'll be a series of like long flashbacks with occasionally him interrupting.
So it'll still be Henry Cavill because he's also going to make himself bigger and sexier and better looking in the story as he's telling it as well.
Well, that is my guess. They haven't really told us much about what it's going to be involved in.
I'm just saying, I could be down with that if that's the way they told it. He's like, oh yeah, and it's still Henry Cavill kicking ass, and he's like, well yeah, it's exactly what I did. I'm like, but you looked like that? Yeah, all right, okay, bro, okay.
Cool.
So yeah, the prequel will be about how the character Argyle joins the Kingsman Agency.
Interesting. Okay.
I'd love to find out how he's alive for Argyle, considering every agent for Kingsman except for Merlin and Eggsy got killed in the second movie. But that's beside the point.
I haven't seen any of those movies except for Argyle, and like I said, I spent a very good portion of that movie just being mad, which made it very hard to enjoy after that.
I think you. How do you feel about dogs?
No animal. I don't care if the people die, but not the animals.
Well, they don't die.
What if it implies it at some point in time, and then you don't find out till later that it's okay? Yeah, I spend that whole
you
time.
find out like 5 minutes later that the dog's okay.
In which one? Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
there is a scene that would really upset her, would
Yeah.
make her mad.
But the movies are so fucking good.
I will say the first
Like-
one is great, and the second one has some really great parts, but overall could have been better.
It's a little weaker, but I still think it's overall a good movie.
Oh yeah, no, it's weaker than the first one. You're right. The
And
King's
King's Man
was
is
pretty
quite-
solid.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
I like
can't
Ralph.
wait
I like
on
Ralph
that one.
Fiennes though.
Yeah.
And him getting to play the good guy was nice.
Right.
He never gets to play the good guy anymore. You be Voldemort one time.
I mean, I would argue he's one of the good guys in the menu. He's just fed up with some bullshit.
He's not a good guy.
He really isn't. No, there's no argument for it.
He's a bad person, but you're right. I think he would technically be one of the. He's fighting to right perceived wrongs.
Yes.
Anti-hero?
No, because he still murders a bunch of
Like
people.
I said,
go-
I wouldn't go quite. He's not quite anti-hero. He's more like a Harley Quinn type. He's a villain that will do good things sometimes for evil reasons.
No, because his motivations were purely good. He's doing an evil for a good motivation.
He's not a good guy.
Cool.
He's basically a really ineffective Punisher.
He's definitely a vigilante.
Yeah.
There we go.
Eking out some justice. Or meting out some justice.
Well, that's going to bring us to Extra bits.
The Halo show sucked.
I don't see that on the bits.
That, that doesn't count, Peter.
I say it does.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say I don't see that on the list here. You need to send the link.
Do you have a bit? Peter?
No, I have no bits.
Peter?
I
No
got
bits?
nothing.
You got no beats? Like
Nothing?
you're like a Ken doll? You got no bits?
That
I got no
seems
bits.
rude. So my bit is an opinion piece about how it seems like due to price hikes and recent policies that it's like Disney seems to be phasing out, specifically at their parks, phasing out families and welcoming more Disney adults. Which, I mean, I'm fine. I'd be fine with, because let's be honest, most millennials are kind of just here for the vibes.
Right.
So
I will say, I highly doubt it. They're just seeing how high they can raise their things before families start coming, and that's where the prices will stabilize.
well, it's also things like too, like they're doing a lot more like nighttime events that are like adults only.
Well, yeah, because they're
That's
trying.
just a widening of the audience. Though.
Exactly.
They're definitely still marketing towards family. It's just now they're doing stuff that, like, hey, you adults might enjoy this, or you can be an adult and still spend $200 to buy a toy lightsaber.
Which I will do again if I
We
click.
built those
Same.
lightsabers. It's totally different.
The problem is, I would still do. We own 3. There's only 2 of us, and we own 3 that you built, and then 2 more because Stephanie has a problem. They're replicas. They're really nice. But I would still pay for another one if we went again, and it fucking
I know
pisses me off.
we have to build the other.
We don't have a red one yet.
Yeah, we got to build a red one.
We've got all the colors except for red now.
I don't necessarily feel the urge to build a red one because I've got Revans, so I'm like, I'm good with red. I don't need a red.
Random aside, Peter, did I tell you how I've been listening to a More Civilized Age, a Star Wars podcast?
I think you tell this to me every time you speak to me.
She came back to it apparently.
Finally. Anyway. Well, because during the strike they did a KOTOR walkthrough, so
Yeah.
I now know who Darth Revan is and the story of him.
It makes,
And with the possible KOTOR movie on the way, get ready for all that to get thrown out a window.
Zachary, what's your bit?
well, apparently you just killed her enthusiasm, Peter. You didn't link my bit?
I told you I'd grab it when we were done with the recording.
Well,
You should have been ready to talk about
it's
it.
right here. I've got it
Fucker.
right here, mademoiselle. A lot of anger over there. I don't know where the F word came from, but
Well, Peter killed my vibe.
just killing the vibes. All right.
I did. You know, to be fair, KOTOR 1 and 2 is when Revan's character is at, like, the peak of interesting, because we know so little confirmed information about them. Basically, the more they told us about Revan that was canon, the more it's like, oh, you're a little lamer than I thought you were.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's sad.
When it was open and you could basically make the backstory whatever you wanted, you're like, this guy's the biggest badass ever, and they're like, well, this also happened. And this definitely happened. You're like, oh, I wish that hadn't happened.
There was, like, an interesting concept of, like, oh, Revan fell to the dark side because he found out about this crazy unknown threat in, like, faraway space. And that's why he's like, I have to get the Republic ready for this big war. And then it later got retconned to be that he got brainwashed when he found the Sith Emperor, and that's why he turned evil.
Oh, that's lame.
Yeah, that's kind of lame.
Yeah.
But anyway, so my bit is, I guess, in honor of the Halo show being canceled. Somebody did a really dumb but fun thing. They created Halo Combat Devolved.
Oh, my God.
Ooh.
And it is the original Xbox game imagined for the Game Boy Color. And they actually have the first 2 levels, the Pillar of Autumn and Halo, are playable on Game Boy Color emulators. And they actually have a couple of things. So I sent so I've got a link to the from The Verge a video of the gameplay, and I believe in that there is a link to the software as well, so if you have one of the emulators, you can play it.
Well, that's
They
fun.
fucking made Master Chief basically a little Pokemon sprites.
Oh no, I was getting Zelda vibes. So he looks like
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
it's Link, but it's Master Chief, and it's got a drivable warthog, and it's a little ridiculous. So
It looks fantastic. I love this.
the music was the best part. They 8-bitted the music. They did the 8-bit style for the music too. So it's pretty great.
That's what's up.
If if Zelda and Halo had a baby, that's what they did, and I'm here for it. I'm gonna have to download an emulator and get it going on my phone.
Cool.
So I'm watching it now.
Oh, are you watching the video?
Audio.
It's
like,
absolutely
this is
ridiculous, isn't it?
fantastic.
No, like they start on the Halo level, and you're like it's a pretty faithful recreation. They did a good job.
Right.
Well, we'll be back when we're back. So make sure you hit that like and especially that subscribe button so that you get the alert when we post a new episode. You can also check us out on Patreon, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We haven't twitched in like forever,
So, yeah,
but it's fine.
fuck Twitch.
Until next time.
We'd have to find a game we can all play.
Well,
Fuck Twitch.
We'd have to get our game room done set up so that we can have multiple things going on.
No, it gets
That's fair.
I don't know. Like, can you do 4-player multiplayer on Reach?
I think so.
From a separate place.
I know you can do 4-player multiplayer for Halo 3.
Well, we'll have to look into it.
I don't know. Yeah, there's some 4-player games out there. We can find
Until
something.
next
We'll find
time,
something.
geek out, be fabulous, and have fun. Oh. Do I have 8 cats? Yes, I do. Do I regret my life choices? Always. But I don't regret supporting 8-Bit Cats on Patreon. Oh, I couldn't open my mouth.